Tēnā koutou ko tatu rā ki ngā ara ka takoto ki te whare wāna ngō waira kakaya kunui kai aku wehi hakata marahi ki te rangi. Tēnā koutou a te ataki no ho tātou, tūra tātou. Tira tō ia tā maki waka haurua tapotu ki te moana māwai e tō māku e tō. Akarongo ki te taha o te rangi he tarawai nuku he tarawai rangi pūhia e te ahi. Nau mai tāne ki a kau tātou i ngā wai o te wai te matai mūru nei kia puta tātou ki te whei ao. Ki te ao maramati hei mauri ora. Mauri ora ki tō tātou kai hanga i runga rawa mauri ora hoki rā ki o koutou ngā mana ngā ihi. Ngā hau e whā, ngā maunga tītapu, ngā awarere, ngā tapu tai moana ko tatu nei. Tēnā koutou haere mai, haere mai, haere mai. Haere mai rā i runga i te karanga o tō mātou nei whai ai hakawātea i rā te tapu atu matauenga. Kia hau mai koutou ki anu i te whare o tāne hakapiripiri ai tātou. Hara mai rā, e tamama, hara mai rā e hine mā. Hara mai e mautōringa ki te kete tuauri, ki te kete tuatia, tira ki te kete aronui. Oia rātā koutou i hara mai ai rārungi te karanga o te pūkenga o te wānanga. Matariki ahunga nui, matariki ahunga roa, matariki tā pua, e tū manawa tia rā a matariki. Ngā manaakitanga o te tauhau Māori ki a tātou, ngā manaakitanga hoki o tō hauora. O tira ngā rā e tū mai nei. O reira waiho ake rāwe nei mihi mo tēnei wā. Kai akuranga tira koutou mai, Dan e Chris. Koutou mā e te whānau o tō tātou nei whare tītapu o Mataho. E pupuru nei te mana te ihi te tapu o ngā mahi. Me ki kei mo i te aroaro o ngā o konga tēnā no hoki koutou. O tira e mihi ana rā ki te whānau o te puna ako e kahamana ki nei rāwe nei Põwhiri. Mai te tīmatatanga tatu mai ai rā ki tēnei rā. Koutou mā e te tuahine e Nick, koutou mā e Ruth, nō nei rā te aroha ki a koutou e hakatika ana rā ki muri, kia pai rā ngā kaupapa o mua rā. Matua rihari mihi ana rā kia koe hako pakaru te wāwai, e pai ana. E pai ana rā, ko koe rā kai kona rā, hei kai kōrero mo tō tātou nei manuhiri. E mihi ana ki te kapa o pango, mihi ana ki ngā Warriors, mihi ana ki a Espaniola hoki rai te rangi nei. Anō nei tō tātou wai Māori e ko te hōtoke te wā o te hākina o te hauora. Nō reira ki a tau ngā manaakitanga ki runga, ki o koutou ki runga ki ngā kai hākina, ki runga hoki rā ki a Messi. Ko tira te wāhanga ki aia, ko tāia, e ia te tiaki ana moko puna, engari kua whera te huarahi ki a koutou. O koutou e whai haere, ngā tapu ai o Lionel Messi e hika i roto i te ao, hangarau i roto i te ao o Mataho. Nō reira kia kaha, kia maia, kia manawa nui, ka tira, tēnā koutou, kia ora mai rā tātou. Kia ora tātou.
Ko waira ka tēnei, ko waira ka tēnei, ko waira ka tēnei, ka ora e, ko mai toringa, ko mai toringa, ko mai toringa, ka ora e, ma te aroha, ma te aroha, ma te aroha, ma te aroha, ka ora e.
Hara i te ā me te plus. E rangi rā te whānau ki hoki anu rā tātou ki ngā taumata kōrero āpiti hono tātai hono. Rā tau te hunga kanaro nei haere. Āpiti hono tātai hono. Tātou te kanohi o rā tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou. Matua rihari. Whakai awa te wā. Kia ora tātou.
Tuhia ki te rangi, tuhia ki te whenua, tuhia ki te nāka o nā tangata, ko te mea nui, ko te aroha, tihei mauri ora. He mihi ki te atua, tēnā koe. He mihi ki te kuini Māori, nā wai hono i te pō, tēnā koe hai mai. Kei te mihi ahau ki a papatūnuku, ki te marae, ki te whare tipuna, i nā mana whenua, tēnā koutou katoa. Haere ki te wā kāinga, haere ki te kāinga tūturu o tō tātou, matua i te rangi, haere, haere, haere. Apiti hono, tātai hono, te hunga mate ki ta hunu mate. Apiti hono, tātai hono, te hunga ora ki ta hunga ora. He mihi ki a koutou katoa, a tēnā koutou. I te kaikāranga, tēnā koe, tēnā koe, tēnā koe. I te taumata tapu, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. He mihi ki te kaupapa o te rā, tēnā koe. Kua tai mai, e nei tauira hau, ki te whare wānanga o Wairaka. Ko mātou nā kaiako, ka poi poi. Ka ari e nei rōpū, ki a tai rātou, te haumi tiki tiki. Ki a kaha tātou ki te mahitahi, ki te mahitahi. Ko maunga pohatu te maunga, ko waikare mōna i roto. Ko tauranga te awa, ko mātātu te waka, ko nai tūhoi te iwi. Ko rihari poi te toku ingoa, tēnā koutou katoa. E tika ana te kōrero o tō tātou tipuna. Ka koha te poi, ka pai te mānatanga. Nō reira, purino e nei marae, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
tina kia ora tātou matua ni hai tēnei ka mihi ake. O reira te whānau tēnei ka takina rā tātou nei karakia whakaea te wahanga ki tō tātou nei Põwhiri, tō tātou nei whakataurari a koutou. O reira ka pā ki tua, ka pā ki waho, ka pā ki te whare, ka pā ki te rua, ka pā ki te pauwe tū nei kia mā te ari, kia mā te taumira, te puta i tātou ki te whai a ki te awara matu mai te toki haungi e hui e
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair, everybody. My name is Põwhiri Barena, I'm the Taurehere for our marae. And man, what a mean weekend of sports we've had, eh?
Yeah.
Our Warriors, both our men and our women, had a blimmin' damn good win. Our All Blacks are sort of climbing the hill there as well. There, they'll need it before they head off to South Africa. And what an amazing few weeks we've had of soccer. I'm not really a soccer player, but every 4 years I pretend I am anyway. What an amazing blooming stadiums that the whole event's been held throughout Mexico, Canada and America. And I want to acknowledge, you might have heard me talk about Messi. He didn't get the fairy tale finish in that, but as we actually acknowledge the end of an incredible man's career, we have an opportunity this afternoon to acknowledge you guys at the start of a career. So I just want to acknowledge you. I want to congratulate you all on being courageous enough to jump online or however you got there to register on, to be in, secure your spot in the class in our whare. I want to acknowledge your courage, and I want to ask that you continue that courage as we carry on now the rest of our year as we head back into summer again. And just want to wish you all nothing but the best of luck and wishes, and we make a commitment to you as staff, from staff to students, that we're here to be a part of that journey. We're here to find any support services that you may need, also to make your journey as smooth and as cool as it can be in that there. So over the next few days while you're here, take advantage of some of the services you're going to be getting introduced to. Get to meet people, more importantly the ones that are sitting in front of you, behind you, on your left and on your right, because like a forward pack, like a good forward pack, it takes 8 in that. So be able to look around and you're not just looking at another fellow student, another teammate. We're in a waka, we're all rowing that waka together. So get to know each other, learn the valuable things of time management and really good communications in that on your journey, and that. Just really choice to see so many numbers in the whare as we start off semester 2 and that, guys. So at the moment I'm going to hand it over to some of our senior leadership rangatira before we finish with some other staff members and one of our students from Unitec Student Council. Once again, good luck. Tēnā koutou, kia ora tātou.
Tātou kānei, marae tūnei tēnā koe, nā ka mai haki. Tēnā koroa, whae Linda, mo tō karanga. Tēnā te mihi kia koroa, matua paps, mo tō kōrero. Tēnā koutou, e taku hoa mahi, ko tā mai nei ki te tautoko o te kaupapa o te rā. Nau mai haere mai, ki te whare wānanga o Wairaka, me te whare taki ora o Manukau, ko Dan Brady ahau, ko kaiwhakahaere ahau o Operani. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Kia ora, my name's Dan Brady, and on behalf of the senior leadership team, I'd like to welcome you. You made a fantastic choice coming to Unitec to study. Look, I think the best thing about this particular group is if you look on your entrance as you come into this campus, you see all the work going on Carrington Road. You see all the work that's happening up around here. So there's no shortage of work for services, for trades and construction over the next coming years, just in this little area alone. You can talk about AI, you don't have to worry about it, there's plenty of money to be done. And I think that's the big thing for you. If you look at our economy, you look at what we're trying to do, it's all about driving the economy forward by building what we have. So you've come into a great space where these people take a lot of pride in what they deliver to you. So industry connected, industry ready. So when you leave here, you know that what you're going to be doing is stuff you've already learnt. So you're not going into a space where you've got some skills but you don't know how to apply it. You're going to go straight in, you're going to be work ready. So one of the key things with this is though, is that if you ever have any problems, if you have any issues with what you're learning, these people know what you're going into. They know the industry, they know the jobs, so ask those questions. I think there's a little bit of shyness that you've got to get over when you start in a new organisation or a new education provider, and that's asking those questions. If you don't ask those questions, you're never going to know the answers. And we want you to leave here with your qualification, when you grab yourself a job and you go and you know what to do. So the big thing for you to do, my only advice is ask those questions. There's nothing stupid, there's nothing silly to ask. Ask those questions, be confident in that these people want to help you. The other thing is that the support services. So again, once you leave here and you'll head across to Wharekai for a bite to eat and a cuppa, there are some fantastic people that we work with who are solely here to help you on your journey. Whether it's financial problems, whether it's learning disabilities, whether it's problems going on at home, we've got the people here who are keen to walk with you and help you through those. Sometimes they don't have the answers, they'll find the answers for you elsewhere. Okay, so we're working hand in hand to get you across that finish line to get you those qualifications. So, where's Annette? There she is. Annette there runs an awesome team as our Director of Student Success. Phenomenal team that'll work with you the entire way. Outside of that, I'm now going to shush. I'm going to hand you across to the Head of School for Trades. He's a Welshman, you've got to give him a little bit of leeway for that. We're going to hand him across. Lead over here.
I've got the benefit of handing this across to Samoan International Rugby Club, who was offside.
Lee's good at throwing hospital passes because that's what they do in Wales. So that's all right, I'll catch this one. Kia ora koutou katoa, tāu whalawa. Mō mōna siri winga re tua maro ngā rowhana o ngā ana nei aso i a tātou uma o whapopo i rei whani, i tai au. I don't know, Lee always throws me up because he believes that there's something that I can pass on. And for me standing here, my life is just one life lived experience. As much as I like to say I've been to the top of university and I got my BA and my BO and my BS, I've got none of those, probably just the BS I think I got. But I just want to say that my whole life is about, and I've been taught that through my whānau, especially my mum and dad, that we just care for each other. We care about people and we care about what's important to us. And since I've been at Unitech, there's things that I've learned that they feel the same way I do about things, especially around people. Especially around knowing that someone that wants to achieve something in their life has every opportunity, has every right to achieve it. And so today I want to just share with you something that came up actually when I was over at the, when the services were talking, and Whaia Tomina got up and said something, and I don't know if you guys remember that, but she said a phrase which is Kei Ahau. Is that right? Kei Ahau. And anyone knows what that means? That's right. One of you were listening. That's awesome. But the reality of what that phrase was, it means a lot to me because, and as Lee says, my background is in sport. That's pretty much all I've done in my life. I started when I was a kid, came through intermediate, primary school, high school, all of the grades, and I was able to play something that I love. You know why? Because that's all I thought I was good at. When you think that you're good at one thing, that's all you gravitate to. Hence the reason why a lot of you guys probably play PlayStation a lot. Because you think you're really good at PlayStation, so what the heck, I'll play it until 4 o'clock in the morning. But the reality is that you're more than that. And I didn't find that out until I stopped playing rugby. I was blessed to play at the highest level, travel the world, play World Cups. Yeah, I did all that. But when you finish, who are you? And so when I heard that phrase, it brought me back to a place where I experienced something for me at a Rugby World Cup. Our captain at the time was Pat Lam. I don't know if you know who Pat Lam is. Amazing player. He was someone that I respected. He was someone that I understood. And I just honored him because he was a fantastic captain for the Manu Samoa team. The reason why Kei Ahau was so important to me is because we were about to play a game and he used that same phrase. We were about to play Argentina of all the teams. Messi wasn't on it, but the reality is we still got to play them. And it was a game that ensured that Samoa would go to the quarterfinals. If we lost that game, we would not have achieved anything. There's a lot of people in our whānau, in our country, in our families, in our communities that work so hard to get us to that World Cup. So the only thing we should do is think about those people and understand, I need to do something that will allow those people to feel and vindicate their support for me. Now, I don't know where you guys are, but there's people that need to be vindicated and validated in your journey right now. I don't know if you think you got here by yourself, but I tell you what, I bet you didn't. Keaha was important because when we were at that World Cup in 1995, it was interesting, and I'm going to give you a little insight if that's okay. Pat Lam, our captain, says, okay, everybody, before we go to this game, I want everybody in the room, close the doors, nobody else comes in. So we're inside this room, as big as this, if not a little bit smaller. And he came in and he says, I want you guys all to sit down, like you guys are right now. Now what I want you to do, I want you to close your eyes. You don't have to close your eyes if you want. But this is what he said, I want you to close your eyes. Now for 30 odd Samoans closing our eyes, sitting in the room all together, that's a bit weird. But we did it because there was something in his voice that told us that this was really important. Man, I'm getting emotional because it was so important to Samoa. Anyway, what he said was close your eyes. I want you now to think about a situation on that rugby field. We're all on the rugby field. We have just scored and we're now ahead, but heading into the last 5 minutes of the game, if not less. The Argentinian team are now on our try line. And they're pummeling us. And you know those Argentinians, their scrum's massive. And so all they did was pummel us, pummel us. And I want you to close your eyes. And when that ball is released from the Argentinian scrum, it goes all the way out to the wing. I want you now to visualize, what are you going to do with that situation? The ball's gone out to the center's gone out to the wing. The winger's now going for the corner. All the aspirations, all the effort, all the situations you're putting yourself to be in that place, all the trainings, all the suffering. What are you going to do about that situation when the guy's running for the corner to score a try against you, which will take you out of the Rugby World Cup quarterfinals? Tell me, what are you going to do? So in your mind, you get them to focus. What are you going to do? And then he said, open your eyes. What did you do? And he asked us, what did you do? And everyone bar none said, I sprinted my guts out for that corner. And I tackled him in the corner. And then he said, how do you feel? How do you feel about that? And I don't know about you, but man, it was about joy. Man, I was happy as, I was jumping around and all the rest of it. I just felt so good. I felt my family were watching us in that game, and I did it for them. And then he says, close your eyes. Now I want to give you another scenario. The same thing is happening. The same guy is running to the corner. And while your eyes are closed, I want you to feel this. What if you can't be bothered? What if you're too tired? What if you think you can't do it? What if you think you can't get across and tackle that guy? And then he scores a try in the corner. Open your eyes. How do you feel? How do you feel? I felt gutted. I felt I let so many people down. I felt that I could have done more. I could have run faster. I could have this. That situation why Keaha was so important is because what you are stepping into now, it's about you. It's about you. It's not about any of us. What you're doing here today, it's about you. What I love what Pat Lam said, the captain said, he said this. If it's to be, it's up to me. Same concept. If it's to be, it's up to me. So if you want to get to that place where you want to be, and things are hard, and we don't know what's going on, things are happening at home, because I see this, I look after all the students and trades, I hear it every day. If you feel that things are tough, you've got to just close your eyes and go, where do I need my support? Where do I need my inspiration? Where do I need someone to tell me that I'm good enough to finish this course and pass? Because you know what? If you open your eyes one day, you're going to wake up and you're going to be walking the stage at the graduation. And I'm telling you now, as a father who's had his daughter, his only daughter, cross the stage at Unitec at graduation, my heart just broke. I was so proud of her. So whoever, whatever,